Happy Monday! We are back in Disneyland and we're working on my version of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. And today we are going to build the fort, which is going to sit right out over there. One of the most iconic scenes, at least for me, in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride is the battle between a pirate ship and a fort. The tour boat takes you right between the two, and there are cannons going off all around you. I definitely wanted to recreate this in my toy box, so to do that, we need a fort. Here are some additional photographs of the fort from the actual ride. This one shows the fort and the water, and here's a little bit closer shot of that same fort. You can see the guns at the top of the wall and a tower in the background, and if you look closely during the ride, you can even see soldiers occasionally peeking over the wall. So this is what we're going to build today, and we'll add the pirate ship out over that way in a future episode. So as we get started, we're going to be using the Dunbrock castle pieces because that's our closest match in the toy box. And we're also going to use this little cannon. This is from the Cars playset. This is Sarge's antique cannon, and I placed one out here ahead of time just because scrolling in that drawer can be quite frustrating sometimes. It's such a long drawer with so many things in it. But we're going to begin with this little piece of wall right up against that cliff like that. We're going to need 4 of these, which takes us right up to the edge of that block there. And then we're going to hop down here and place this piece of wall right below that. And that's going to take us right up over here like this. And let me pull up my screen grabs to make sure I've got exactly what I need here. Yeah, okay. So then the next piece of wall is going to sit in here like this. And we'll worry about the tower here in a moment. So we got 1 piece of wall, 2, 3, 4. And then the castle gate. That'll sit in there like that. And another piece of wall. And now this is going to hang off the edge there, but that's okay. Not a problem. We'll take this all the way down to the end, and then we'll go back to this little shorter section of wall again and line it up with that piece and take this all the way to the cliff wall. Alright, so there we've framed in the majority of the fort. Now, there's a tower here that we can put on the corner. And when we go and select that, that's this piece of tower. The problem is this is designed to go with these walls over here. You'll see it's at the same height. But these walls are taller. And if we sit this on the ground, that's going to be a problem. So this really needs to sit up a little bit higher. So we're going to drop this over here, and we need to build a base underneath this. And to do that, we're going to come down to the blocks drawer. We're going to place one of these blocks in this corner. And let's go ahead and style this. We want to use the Dunbrock brick, which will match those walls. And you have to scroll to the right a little ways to get to that. Here we are. I'll set that to be my theme. We're going to place 4 of these. We'll do the same thing on the other side, because we have to put a tower over here as well. And then we need a base for the tower. We're going to use these blocks here for that. It's a little bit more decorative And we also have this curved block, which matches the curve of the tower. So we're going to place those there like that. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So one here, one here, one there. With two of those there like that. So we end up with a base that looks like that. And now, when we bring our tower over here, it's at the right height. It's not floating up in the air. And that doesn't look half bad. By the time we add some plants and things around that, player's never going to notice it. And then this piece sits in there like that. Okay, so there are our towers. Now we want to divide this fort up into some different sections here, just because this is such a large open area here. So the first thing we're going to do, let's pick this piece up and put it back. I'm going to grab this piece and we're going to flip it around so the door is facing outward. We'll do that on the same side on either one. And then we want to hide the door here. Put that little window facing out. We can add in this large Dunbrock Castle corner. So that puts a nice little barrier there between the main fort and the sandy area back here where the final battle takes place. And because we have a difference in elevation there, we can add some stairs. So back to the blocks drawer. And we'll take 3 sets of stairs here. And then this area is still a little bit too large for my taste, so we're going to divide it up even further. So once again, let's pick this piece up and put it back. And what I want to do here is if we count over from the right, we have 1, 2, 3. And I want to place this right here on this seam like that. And let me find my screen grab here. Here we go. So now we're going to place a total of 3 here. And 3 from the other side. And we can use this archway and put this in the middle. And I flip that around so that the brick inside the arch isn't repetitive. I'm trying to get you a good look at it. There you go. You can kind of see it there. And over there. Okay, so that divides this up into some sections, which I think helps. And let's add some more detail here. We'll add some stairs if the player wants to get up on those walls. Because you're in a castle, so why not run around and explore a little bit? And we'll put some stables in here. That adds a little bit of color too, which is really helpful. So I like that. Alright, and then on the walls, we need some edging on that because that looks a little plain. So we have these crenellations. We're going to place these down on the wall here. As you can see, that makes a huge difference already. And actually, let's take this one back out because I want to add in this corner. Like that. Also kind of lets the player know they probably shouldn't wander over that way, although there's nothing to prevent them. This just adds a nice finishing touch to those walls, which it desperately needs. And fortunately, the developers gave us these pieces, so might as well use them. So this is how you can make a little bit taller wall, which is really good. So there we go. And that is starting to look really sharp. Alright, next up, let's add some cannons along the wall. So we'll come over here and pick up Sarge's cannon from the decorations drawer. Again, you find that down with the Toy Story in space, or the, not Toy Story, Cars. Cars pieces. And you don't want to place one at every opening, but we'll place one every third opening or so. Like that. And you're probably not going to see those when you're on the deck of the pirate ship, but if the player goes exploring, that could be kind of fun to see those. Alright, so I like that. This wall here looks a little bit boring to me, so let's add some detail to that. I like this castle turret, so we'll put this in here. And we can raise that up or set it on the ground. I don't think it really matters. I'll put mine on the ground. And that just adds a little bit more detail that we desperately need in here. Alright, and I think that's pretty much everything. If you want, you can add some ladders to get up on top of these towers. That can be kind of fun to get up there and look around. So we can place this here with one on top. Do the same on the other side if we like. Again, is that necessary? Not really. It does take up a little memory, but it's okay. And if you do that, you probably should place some terrain blocks out here. So I had a couple of them here. And we'll use the Dragon's Domain here for this. And run a few of them down here along the side. Then you can add some plants and things in there that will stick up over the top of this. Also give the illusion that the world will go a little bit past that wall, so that's good. So we'll just go that far with it. Okay, how are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing really good on time today. Let's focus back on this little area here next. This is where we get on the boat that takes us back to the boarding area. If we come up under the building sets group 4, we have the pirate toys. So let's build a little staircase that'll get us up to the top of this ramp here. Like that. And we can flip that around so it doesn't look identical to the piece that's next to it. So that gets us up over there. And then on top of this, if we scroll over here, we can use this piece here in that corner. put a tall piece here to hide that door. And then some roof pieces. We'll use this wider wedge down there like that. And that one there like that. So there's our little boarding area for the boat. So that's good. I don't like the fact that this is open back here. So what we can do for that, we're going to put a piece of terrain there. So I'm going to come over here and pick up this cliff wall. We're going to use this piece here. It's a little bit narrower. This will fit right in here like that. We'll raise that up to the same level as the terrain there. And that covers that up nicely. And I like the jagged edge on that. It looks a little bit more natural. So that's good. And we'll add some buildings down over here. Sorry for that delay. I was looking at my screen grab here. So we'll put those in like that. I think these need to sit back a little bit, so I'm going to move this a little nudge back this way. That gives them room to get onto those stairs. Yeah, that looks better. And then a couple of roof pieces for that. There we are. So that looks good. We'll add the plants around here at the end of the next video, I think. We will put this little piece out here, though. Like that. I like the look of that. Okay. This is looking better and better. Oops. I didn't line up this roof very well, though, did I? That looks better. And then the top of this is flat, so once again, put down a piece that will help with that. So let me pick this up and put it down to get us back to that part of the drawer. If we go left, we use this piece over at the start of the ride. We can use one here as well. And I think I'm going to change the theme on that to use the Buried Treasures theme. I'll set that to be my theme. There we are. So that helps that not look so flat over there, especially right above the cave opening there. I'm not too worried about this section up here because we're going to cover that up with plants eventually. Alright, so I think this looks pretty decent. This will be a little bit shorter video today, but last time was a longer one, so this will make up for that. Next time, we'll build the town and the rest of the scenery and finish up the build exercise for this toy box. Until then, I want to thank you for watching. Before you go, let me know in the comments what you think of my fort and the design of this toy box so far. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Disney Infinity toy boxes that you can build on your own systems. You can also find a wide variety of toy boxes that I've already built on the Playlists tab on my channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you again on Wednesday.